Minnesota North Stars coach Jackie Gordon has been in professional hockey for 26 of his 44 years. As a center in his playing days, he was stacked in the New York Rangers system behind Edgar Laprade, Buddy O'Connor, and Don Raleigh. Therefore, most of Gordon's playing career was with the Cleveland Barons in the American Hockey League.
Of course, at the time that I was a player, there were 6 teams in the National Hockey League. And at that time, it was tough for a younger fellow to break into the league. But I know my own abilities at that time were the fact that I was a very poor skater. I just couldn't keep up to all the great skaters that played at that era, and I just felt that that was my biggest shortcoming.
Although interrupted by a 4-year term as assistant general manager of the Rangers under Emil Francis, Jack served 17 years in all with Cleveland as player, coach, and manager. He coached the Barons to 4 AHL titles, and he won Coach of the Year honors on 4 occasions as well. The season prior to Jack's arrival in Minnesota, the North Stars had allowed 257 goals, the second worst defensive record in the National Hockey League.
When I first took over the coaching job here with the Minnesota North Stars, I just felt that we had to cut down in that area. And I strove to make a point of either 215 to 225 goals for the season. We accomplished part of that by coming up with 223 goals scored against. And since that time, I've even for this season, have gone 200 goals against, and I think we're going to accomplish this part of it.
Under Gordon, the North Stars never really put it all together until the 1971 playoffs, when they extended the eventual Stanley Cup winning Montreal Canadiens to 6 games, thus becoming the first expansion team to win a playoff game against an established club. At the time, some experts thought the North Stars' wins were flukes.
Well, definitely not. I just feel that the series against Montreal, I think one of the biggest factors was that after losing the first game 7-2, the media in Montreal helped us out a lot. They called us a lot of unkind names, such as pygmies, American Hockey League team, and I think the players just got enough pride, and they really got together, and I don't call it a fluke. I think they really responded and made a great showing.
How long would it be before the North Stars could take a playoff series against an established team?
Well, how many years, of course, this is hard to predict. But I think it just takes 1 or 2 players, and when we can either acquire them through a draft or through a trade that possibly in the near future we'll be able to win our 4 or even be fortunate enough to win a Stanley Cup.
Emil Francis was once quoted as saying, if a hockey player can't play for Jackie Gordon, then he can't play hockey for anyone. That's a pretty fair assessment of the overall respect held for the soft-spoken coach in Minnesota.
My relationship with my players, I think, is very good. I think, first of all, a coach has to have respect. I don't think he can get his job done unless he has this type of respect. And I think one of the parts that I'm kind of blessed with is the fact that I've got some experienced hockey players. I don't possibly go out of my way to be too friendly with them. I think they know where they stand, and they know my position.